What's going on, guys? So Mighty back at it again with the weekly Rust Skins videos. So this is the second week of the Halloween skins. As you guys can see, we do have some pretty nice looking skins and some pretty not so nice looking skins of them, to be completely honest. So we will start off with the clothing. Large candle set was already in last week's, so we'll go over to the Maniac hoodie and pants. Now this is going for $1.45 each. That is the standard price for clothing. This is actually a new set, so obviously it's the hoodie, pants, and also the metal face mask, so we may as well look at all of them together. That is what the hoodie looks like, this is what the pants look like, and this is what the Maniac face mask looks like, which it looks really weird in the this picture because you can see like all the little like pixels and stuff, and it just doesn't look really that clean. But overall it is a pretty unique set. The helmet is definitely unique. I don't think I've seen another helmet like this, especially metal face mask. I personally think it's ugly, although it is on the top sellers page, as you guys can see. The 7th most bought item at the moment, the metal face mask. And so that means the Rust players might like it. Either that or they're just trying to invest in it for the Halloween. But I'd say by next year this will definitely be up in price. It's only $1.45 for each item in the set. So overall I would say that the Maniac set should be relatively safe to invest in. I'm personally not going to, because I don't think that it's going to make that much money. And if you're looking for short-term investments, then I wouldn't recommend investing in these. If I were to invest in any of the three items, I'd probably go with the pants. That is just in case like more metal gear comes out for it, or the helmet itself. Because if a metal chest plate comes out for it like next week or later on down the track, then it could actually increase the price of these. And also in saying that, the Maniac set I do think isn't going to get bought that much, and so it won't get oversaturated. So I do think that because of that, if a metal chest came out for it then and a kilt, then it could definitely increase the price of this set, so keep that in mind. It's only $1.45, it's not that risky. If you don't have that much money and you're not willing to spend that much money, I won't recommend for you guys to invest in the Maniac set at all for this week. Moving over to the metal zombie kilt and set in general. The problem with this set is that it's all going for $3.65 per item. And it's also got glowing on it, so I do think that the glowing will actually affect the price. In my opinion, I do think that it will affect it in a negative way. It could affect it in a positive way, just because there isn't actually that many glowing road sign sets. But there already is a glowing road sign set that came out last year for Halloween, and that's called the Scary set, I'm pretty sure. So it's like the Scary Vest, Scary Kilt, and Scary Coffee Can Helmet, I'm pretty sure is what the names of them are. That on the market is actually really cheap, so $1.40 actually for the Scary Vest on the community market right now. And this being $3.65, I would say it's too risky to invest in because of that exact reason. Although if it didn't have the glowing, I would change my mind and say it would be better. But $3.65 I do think is a risky investment. Also, as you guys can see in the top sellers, the kilt is actually above the zombie vest. Now, the top sellers list actually was glitched last week. I'm not 100% sure if it's glitched today or not, but keep that in mind as well. Make sure you keep an eye out through the at the top sellers throughout the week as well. If the metal zombie kilt goes below the metal zombie vest, then it could be worth investing in, but that would be the only piece of the set I would buy if I were investing and didn't have that much money. So overall for the metal zombie set, we'll just quickly go over and have a look at the road sign vest as we're doing right now. It actually does look really nice. I just wish it didn't have the glowing stuff on it. We'll move over to the helmet just so we can have the whole set in together. The helmet looks really cool. I love like the mouth and stuff and the brain sticking out. It's actually a really unique set. The only problem is that, as I said, it's got the glowing stuff on it, so it does make it less common for people to use, especially obviously at night, because you're going to be glowing in the dark and sticking out like a sore thumb. And so for those reasons, I'm not going to recommend investing in these today. But if I were to recommend anything out of the metal zombie set, I would say the helmet. And then if the kilt remains above the vest, then I wouldn't buy either. But if the kilt goes below the vest, then I'll buy the kilt. Right, moving over to our only weapon for the week, we have the pumpkin hammer. I personally think that this hammer looks sick. It's also a glowing hammer, so that is 2 pluses. And it's quite obviously Halloween themed. So $2.95 is the standard price. This is a nice looking skin. It glows in the dark. and it's heavily Halloween themed. And so for that reason, I do think that by the time Halloween comes next year, this will definitely be making you money. Overall, it's a really cool looking skin. In my opinion, I think it's well made, and I do think that it is quite a unique hammer skin, and for those reasons I would recommend investing in this one. $2.95 standard price. Overall, in my opinion, I do think that it would be a relatively safe investment. Alright, moving over to the other skins. We've already talked about the Fogger 3000 in the last week's video, the Skull Fire Pit, Skull Door Knocker, the Strobe Light, and the Spooky Speakers. So we're only going to be talking about the bag, the two sheet metal double doors, the furnace, and the sheet metal door. So we will start off with the bag. Overall, for this one, I've already looked at it. This one has a glow on it. My personal opinion is pretty edgy, and I'm not a massive fan of it, but I do know that Rust players love this kind of stuff. Rust players love edgy stuff. I've talked about it in many videos before. Rust players love edgy stuff. Because of that, and because of its low price tag for $2.95, the standard price, I do think that this actually will make you some money. It's also quite a well-made skin, even though I'm not a massive fan of it myself. I can see that the skin creator has done quite a good job and actually made this look like a pretty well-detailed skin. So overall, for the comfortable coffin, $2.95, I would say this is going to be a pretty safe investment for this week. And if I were to invest in any of the skins, I would say this would be one of the ones that I would be investing in. Just keep in mind though, it is the second most bought thing. And so because of that, oversaturation could definitely happen. Alright, we're moving over to probably my favorite skin of this week, the Demonic Stone Furnace. The main thing I love about this skin is the fact that they actually use the mouth of the furnace as an eye. I really like that they've done something completely different to what everyone else has made with their stone furnaces so far. And the fact that the skin creator has actually used the mouth of the furnace as an eye and now has the side of the furnace as the front, I do think that's really unique, really smart, and for only $2.95, I think this is definitely a safe investment. My overall thoughts for this week's skin for the stone furnace is just yes. That's it in one word, because this skin is great. As we can see, everyone's edgiest favorite set has a new skin, so the double door from Hell is now released. It's disappointing that the price of it is $7.35. I totally understand from Facepunch's perspective why. Obviously they're a business and they want to make money, but it does make it a lot harder for us to make money. So overall, this is a pretty cool, really cool looking sheet metal double door. Ultra edgy, but really high detailed and really well made in my opinion. And because of that, I'm going to buy one, $7.35 though. And also it's the number one seller for this week. There is a possibility for oversaturation, but it really depends on how many have actually been bought. $7.35, I'm not going to recommend investing in this one today unless you actually have a decent amount of money, just because it is going to be hard to make a profit on this door, especially straight away due to the Steam tax. Although if you hold on to this for a year, if you're happy to hold on to it for a year, then I would say that you'll definitely make some profit off this double door from Hell. Also, I do quickly want to mention, adding on to that, last week I said that the Surgeon Scrubs, I'm pretty sure I said that I wouldn't invest in them, but what I really meant was, as a short-term investment, I definitely don't think that they're going to make you any money. Although, as a long-term investment, if you're willing to hold on to them until next year, as long as they don't come out again next year, then I definitely think that these are going to make you some money. So also keep that in mind, guys. I just wanted to quickly add that in as well, because I do think that that is quite important to know. Alright, moving over to the Howling Double Door. This is going for $2.95. Pretty standard price as well. Overall, this is actually also a really well-made skin. It's actually pretty cool. I'm not sure if the moon glows. I haven't actually looked at this one yet. It doesn't look like it, but it might. I'm not 100% sure, judging by the fact that there's no nighttime picture. You would assume it doesn't, but I could be wrong. $2.95. This is a pretty well-made skin, and I do think that it will be a relatively safe investment for you guys to buy. Although in saying that, you do have to keep in mind a lot of double doors have been coming out lately, and I still think that a lot of double doors will be coming out in the future. The next couple of weeks, I'm sure they'll just keep pumping them out. So because of that, that will make this a longer term investment as well. Overall, it is a really nice and well-made skin though. Alright guys, moving over to the final skin of the day. This is the Mummy door. I can see a lot of the pictures are actually broken, unless there is only two pictures, but I don't think there is. I actually thought that this was a wooden door when I was looking at it on my phone earlier, talking to the donator chat. $2.20. I'm actually glad that it isn't a wooden door, because this is actually a really cool looking door skin. I'm not sure if it has any glowing or anything like that, but I personally think this is a really unique sheet metal door skin, and I think that over time holding onto this one, it'll definitely make you some money. Only going for $2.20. I think that this is a steal. On the plus side with this door skin as well, it's not on the front page of the Rust Item Store's most bought, so obviously that means, well, it should mean that it isn't going to get oversaturated, and so that shouldn't affect the prices as well in a negative way. It should actually influence the price for it to go up, as long as not too many of them get bought or put on the market at the same time. Okay guys, so this is my cart for this week. So we've got 1 Maniac hoodie, 2 pumpkin hammers, 1 Maniac face mask, 1 comfortable coffin, 2 demonic stone furnaces, 1 mummy door, 1 Maniac pants, 1 of each of the metal zombie set, 1 double door from hell, and 1 howling double door. So that's going to cost me $42.55, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one. Okay guys, so as we know, I didn't buy my cart last week in the video. I had bought it beforehand, and so we're not doing a results part of this week's video, but I do want to mention Dex, one of my moderators. He started up a new work in progress Rust server. Now this server is for new players, and it does have a no kill on site rule. So this server is called Corroded Paradise. It is a 5 times, has low upkeep, and a no KOS rule. So this is the perfect server for new Rust players, or Rust players that aren't massive fans of PvP. As I stated before, it has a no KOS rule, which means kill on site, unless you're contesting airdrops, hackable crates, crash sites, etc. The map wipes monthly. You can still do raids on it, and it has a 3.5k map size. The server location is EU, so it isn't an Australian server, but there is a lot of you guys that aren't actually Australian that are subscribed to me, so I definitely recommend playing on this server if you guys are new to the game, or if you're not massive fans of PvP, because this is the perfect server for you. It does have increased stack sizes as well, a furnace splitter, and also player challenges. If you guys have any more questions about it, I'll leave a Discord link in the description below to join Dex's gaming server. And if you guys are interested, then definitely go and check it out, and maybe you'll be able to go deep on Dex there. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this part of the video, and remember, have a skits one.